All right. So who's presenting?
Oh, is it our turn? Silver Spartans?
Yep.
Okay,
Finally.
let's do it.
All right.
Joshua, get started.
Hi, so we're the Silver Spartans, and today we're presenting our project called Song Sensei. So first, we're all going to introduce each other.
Hi. Oh wait, let me turn on my camera. Sorry. My name is Kai, and I'm working in the front end. I'm 16, and I'm from California.
I'm Joshua. I'm also working on the front end, and I'm also 16. All right, and also we also have our teammate Aaron, who's unfortunately not here, but he did work on the front.
My name is Tony, and I worked on back end. I'm 16, and I live in Massachusetts.
I'm Gunnar. I also worked on the back end. I'm from Minnesota.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Priyansh, and I was instructor of this group. And this is the expert course group. So this group is just between guided internship and L2. So they've already completed L2 course. Now they've completed L3 course. And in L3, they've designed everything from scratch. They've used JavaScript, they've used Django, they've used lots of stuff to design their website. They haven't used any of the template or anything. They've written all the code. And they've collaborated on GitHub. And so let's see their project and let's start the presentation.
So our goal. Existing music search engines have always been dependent on analyzing past listening histories of its users and artists/genres that they listen to. In the top right photo, as you can see, that is the model for which how Spotify and maybe even SoundCloud uses to determine what their users might want to see. So we see an opportunity to a smarter and more efficient search engine that can determine what the user is looking for straight away by analyzing music that the user selects and returning similar music based off of tone, voice, mood, beats per minute, genre, subgenre, and vibrancy, just to name a few.
So here is our process for creating it. So at first, we wanted to completely build it from scratch, but that was taking a while. And we found the Cyanite API, which is a website that had all of the features we wanted. So we integrated that API into our project, as well as the Spotify API, because those two work together. So we set up a Spotify developer API, which we connected to the front end, and that lets people log into their Spotify account so that it can access their playlists and song history to fine-tune recommendations.
So in order to use Cyanite, we had to utilize our Django backend. Figuring out Cyanite took 2 days due to our lack of experience with APIs. Luckily, we managed to implement it in the end with the help of Priyansh and ChatGPT. All right, so how does Cyanite work? To send and request data from Cyanite, we had to use GraphQL and Python. The backend Python scripts for handling Cyanite send a GraphQL query to Cyanite's endpoint URL, which specifies what exactly the backend wants from Cyanite. Then Cyanite sends the data to the backend, which sends it to the front end to be displayed. We began with a feature that allowed the user to upload their own MP3 files to be analyzed. The first step was to implement a file uploading system in our Django backend. To do this, we had to create a new view which would handle file uploads, as well as a model that represented the MP3 file. Once we got that working, we made Python scripts that would send the file to Cyanite and receive the analysis data. There are 4 main parts to the Cyanite side of our file uploading feature. First, the backend sends a request to Cyanite asking if it can upload a file. Cyanite then returns a URL, which the backend uses to upload the MP3 file. Then, using that uploaded file, the backend asks Cyanite to create a library track in our Cyanite account, which is where it automatically begins analyzing the track. The backend then begins sending requests for similar songs. The analysis takes about 10 to 30 seconds on average, so we programmed our backend to request the analysis every 5 seconds until it receives it. Once received, the backend processes the data to create a list of Spotify track IDs, which it sends to the front end. The front end then calls the Spotify API for info on each track, which it displays on the web page.
So our second feature is about Spotify search and the song's details. We access Spotify through the user authorizing their Spotify account to be viewed in the function callback. Then we made a request with the function track view to simply get the track ID of songs based off of the user text input as our song search function. After the user selects a song by clicking the select button, we call a function get track info to pass in the selected song ID and return back a series of information about the song, which include name, artist, album, preview URL if it's available, release date, popularity, and cover art. So as you can see, these are a quick overview of how this process works. And to the right, this is a image of our GUI that displays the details of each song that the user selects. Our third feature is about similarity searching. We created a backend feature called Get Similar Tracks to give the selected track ID and get 10 more similar tracks based off of the analysis of the song. Then we take these 10 track IDs and pass it back into Get Track Info to get the details of these similar songs, and then finally display it onto our details page. So this is an example picture of our GUI. We basically based this off of the Spotify. So now we'll move on to our project demo. This is our webpage, and we are called Song Sensei. So as soon as you log in, you come into the website, you can see the homepage displaying what our product is about and what it can do. You can discover your perfect playlist or even understand how our AI works. In our About page, we explain step by step how you can use our website to discover songs that you would like. In our team page, this is to give credit to everyone who worked on it. We have to add our instructor Priyansh as well. We forgot about that. So this is our search page. First and foremost, to use it, you have to log in with Spotify. Now, what you do here is you log in and you give access for our app to only view your data. It is not able to come into your Spotify and change anything. Instead, all it does is it's able to see your search history and which songs you like, so that it helps us give better search results. So I'm going to give 2 example songs, and then I'm going to allow 2 people to give us songs that they want to search up as well. So let's first do Sweden, as everyone knows this Minecraft song. And here we can play it. It's like a preview.
So Kai, you are not sharing your volume.
Am I not sharing volume? Oh, sorry. Let me do that. Yeah, here we go. Okay, now we've decided that this is the song that we want to find similar songs for, and we click select. Here is the page that you will be brought to. And again, the bottom bar also works, so you can also listen to it. And now we will click find similar tracks. And here you go. Now you have a list of 10 songs that you could potentially see. We will add more features to display however many songs you want later on, but this is what we have for now, just 10 tracks. So let's listen to these. All right, let's give another one. So another song that we would like to show is Cupid. Everyone loves Cupid. Come on. Yep. Wow, the song is very popular. The score, it displays a popularity score, 95 out of 100. Very, very nice, very fire. Let's find the similar tracks. So let's listen to some of these. This is what Cupid sounds like. And now this is what the songs that it recommends sound like. So does anyone want to search up any songs? Don't Stop Believing? Sure, let's do that. Don't stop believing. All right, let's do this. Very popular song as well. I love this song too. All right, anyone else? Everything goes on. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Now we will move on to our next function, which is the file input. Again, here's what you do here is you usually, if you haven't logged in with Spotify yet, you first have to click this, but we know how that works now. So let's give Fly Me to the Moon. And here's what's happening in our backend, because the tracks that you give it have to be analyzed by the Cyanide API backend. It usually takes around 10 to 30 seconds, like Tony has said. And so this is what's going on. And we can even see in here, if I refresh this. Now we basically in Cyanide API, we created a library track that analyzes, BPM, key, predominant voice gender, so many things. And this is how the AI understands what music that we're looking for. And let's check back in. As you can see, our request is done and now we have it. So here are 10 similar songs. Johnny's Joint, You Are So Beautiful, Angel Eyes, and we can obviously add like Spotify redirect links or even previews in the future, but this is all we had time to do right now. And that's about it for our website. Hope you enjoyed.
That's insane amount of work. How many days or how many weeks did you have?
We have a little more. We have just a little more slides.
Okay.
Yeah, so now moving on to website design. So this is just like, so for the front end design, so there are a few steps. The first step we wanted to do was create a layout. So we really wanted to have like a nav bar on top with or a nav bar on top that goes left to right, and the pages below it. But we also wanted it so that it would highlight which page you're on so that it would be easier for the user to navigate the website. In terms of creating the pages, we all wanted the pages to be pretty simple and straightforward. All of them are currently there isn't a lot to it. We plan to add more, but our goal was to make them pretty simple so that it wouldn't overwhelm the user. And then in terms of the details page, the search page that Kai showed you, the Spotify one, that one was very heavily inspired by Spotify because we wanted it to seem familiar to the user, if that made sense. Now so where do we go from here? So we still think that we can improve the website. There's a lot of features we could add, such as the genre search or a VPN search to recommend new songs. And we also think that we could add a few loading screens for some of the features. We also feel we could create a domain and so that other people can use this website besides just us, because currently it's only on localhost. And also we feel if we really wanted to, we could monetize our product by putting ads on it or creating a premium subscription service. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions, please ask us.